back. And we're back, bro. Yeah, so back to back, by the way. Back to back recording. Skiboosh. Okay, boom. Chapter 2. Chapter 2, my man, my dude, my bro, my guy. Descent, maybe. Okay, yeah, let's call it Descent. So, round up of the last episode, something happened in my life that triggered me to absolutely, fall into this, or to absolutely, cascade into focusing too much about disinfection and cleaning up stuff. Yeah, by the way, back in the day, as I was in elementary school and walked home, I had sometimes money with me. And sometimes I was able to defend myself from the girls that took it from me. This is another story, had nothing to do with this. Just to skip kiosk and bought myself magazines like Cardmaster or Kid Zone. And they sometimes had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or Beyblades, yoo-hoo, in them. And sweets and candy and shit. 5,000, and then back in my childhood days, I said, okay, this is $1, but this is not dirty. No, not this one. This has never been in the palms of a person who would not wash his hands. No, this looks clean. An unclean buck would look even dirtier. So I had this sort of childish denial thing in which I said, things are alright. This one is okay. See. Another time in which an example of wisdom is not just power, it's just it can be a burden, it can be a downfall, it can be, because now, fast forwarding to 2018, cascading into this absolute abyss in descending. It was, I could not stop, I just started to look into things in which I never looked before, a person. Maybe, okay, let's go back to the door handle from episode 1. The door handle with the shitty grab imprint. I thought, okay, other persons who aren't aware of this would grab the door handle and just transport this infection thing to another spot. Maybe the door down there, or maybe in the bus in which I drive. So sometimes I even walked the 7 kilometers home because I did not want to be-filth myself with the shit and Robo, Ben Wally, by the way. Sometimes I did not want to, get any shit. Like, okay, let's make an example. Some disgusting, ugly ass, completely shitty, filthy butt crack wiping mofo just touches this, and another person just touches there as well. This was my thing. When the touched off part from another person is being touched in a bus or maybe in an ticket machine or something, I could never use this anymore. I thought, okay, this is an item in which I have to make some sort of an holographic mask or an holographic skin over, like in a game when an item is not even available anymore. Or the purchase unlocked or not locked, still unlocked, not unlocked. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, Scooty Baba. And then but this was a constant adding things to the list that you could not use anymore. And sometimes even my dad's car and something, or the glasses at home, it was just a real fucking torturous thing. Sometimes I don't know if it was the whole day amount or if it was just one sitting amount, After coming from my trainee place, I went home. The bath in which we could shower with a big shower was one storage over me, so I had to pull my key in the door, even knowing, okay, some of this filth could be filmed over at my key, at the metal part of the key. So when I slot in the key into the hole, like that, then probably the hole is infected, And then when my family, with their keys, would slot into the hole again, they would have the infection on their stuff too. And they would probably not wash their hands. Not wash their hands. I think it's my school. And then I had to walk in. We had, again, a huge floor and then a stairway up, And I had to sort of sneakily, like tipple at the wall, I just wanted to use a minimal space which I would be filled with my infectious clothing, and I just walked. And I walked along the wall, and then over a tiny spot over the floor. I tried to remember the pattern in which I walked. The spots. It was not that we had tiles. It was we had a carpet on the first storage, and on the ground storage. Yeah. So then I went in the bathroom above, and then I made sure. Okay, at first I need to go to the toilet. Then I go to the toilet. Then I wash my hands. Hand washing has already taken half an hour. Yep. So getting soap, not touching the rims of the sink, not touching anything, not even the water, no, the water spender, or this. If you would, by the way, I had always long hair, and when my hair, thrust it into my chair, baby, and when my hair touched the soap dispenser, this when it was before taking a shower, it was not that bad, but was still annoying. And then I brushed my teeth because this was the best thing I could do. I knew from Fallout 4 that in toothpaste is antisepticum, and this is the closest thing I could come to something that I can clean my mouth with. And I probably remembered the episode of Osmo from South Park here, Osmo 3000 with Butters, and I thought, okay, you can even eat this shit, and so I thought, okay, maybe I can clean my throat with this antiseptic, just mouth load that I just had to swallow. Yeah, wording, actually, not an accident, by the way. Yeah. So, okay, and then I went into the shower. But in order to go into the shower, I had to go one side of the bathroom to one tile. I do not know. It's this solid ground like marble. It's like some marble tiles. You know what I mean? I'm way too brain dead to search it up how the actual term is. Actually not. I'm not. Yeah, and I had to unclothe myself on one tile. But while that, I saw from the side, we had a window next to the tile on which I unclothed myself completely, where light was shining through. And so through the shining light, I saw, okay, there is dust particles flying off of my clothing, and these dust particles will land somewhere in the room. They just go with the heat, with the air, just go with the airflow, and I cannot control this. And then I went into the shower, and since while the whole process from brushing my teeth till in the shower till out of the shower, I did not open my mouth because I do not want to have some sort of drops running from my head in my mouth. From my head, you don't want my head? I just show you. Here's my head and there's my mouth, actually. So in usual places, why not? Okay. So, and in the shower, I always had my spot in which I would touch the door to close it, and always my spot in which I would touch to open it. But sometimes I thought, when I would sprinkle water on me, then this would just, I was so filthy, I had just this absolute disgust on me. Then when water drops would drop on me, they would just splinter off and just, kind of, wash a little bit of filth off and drop it away till they would land at the wall. And so I, as well, cleaned the walls with shower stuff, Yeah. Again, bros. And then I even washed my eyes. I washed my ears. I washed inside my ears. I washed into the whole of my nose because this is where I actually have breath in the day. And I even sometimes washed my eyes, even though I know this was hurtful. I did do it because I thought, the air in which I am surrounded the whole day at my workplace is so contaminated that it even, would kind of stick on my eye. So I had times in which I would kind of rub my eye while playing after being done in the bathroom, and I did not, in times in which I did not wash my eyes. So I sort of did just like this and rubbed my eye, and I thought, okay, well, here's a little bit of wetness on my finger. But now I thought I had this wetness that was in my eye, that was contaminated on my finger, and if I would touch anything else, it would just spread. It would just spread, you know. Got a good spread, yo. Got a good spread. Bill Burr, by the way. And so, okay, let's a little example for you to relate. Let's just say, somebody has touched, let's say, this paper. Just one part, just at the corner, or maybe just for something for you to show. So, let's say this is my hand. This thing here, this spot. Can you see it? No. Let's say this spot is my hand. And I had rubbed my eyes, and there was a little bit of wetness just here. But I thought maybe if I could stop with my controller at it, I could just, spray it over, just spread the contamination to other items, and then they would just continuously eat up my belongings. And it did everything that I wanted, everything that I could, I thought, in my power to avoid this. 10 minutes, by the way. So, yeah, symptoms. Yeah, okay, what else did I do? It was so severe sometimes that I had, I went to the dog at Monday to get myself in a test for the whole week, so I had the whole week time to clean everything at home. I thought, okay, maybe if I could reestablish my cleanness from home, then I could live normal again. So I thought, okay, well, what did I need to do for this in order to do this? I need to go to the dog. I need to plan in that I have waiting time. I need to plan in that he would not maybe give me a test. When he gave me one, I had the obligation, or I was free to do whatever I want, but I had to go into the city to a certain drugstore to get the cleaning materials together. I always took stuff with 99.99 disinfection promise, because, this was the most I can get out of. Other things would only be just fire, and I did not want to set everything in flames. Because what's the reason of this? Other than letting something just be okay. Another dumb commentary, but well. Yeah, but I never managed to do it. And sometimes it was even, or not even sometimes, it was like that, I had gloves, I had bought myself gloves from the apotheke, I don't know how it's called in your language. Here it's called apotheke. It's the store where you go in like a drugstore for medicals, for meds. And I went there, and for $7 a piece, for $7 100 piece, I bought myself latex gloves. It was very early in my glove game, with very knowledge about different types of gloves and their costs. And yeah, I just even, I thought, okay, wow, you bought this thing from the outer world. How can you come onto the items on the inside without befilthing them with all the fucking disgust from the outer world? So I had to manage to get these items, these latex glove items with a very wobbly surface or very wobbly nature, out of the box without any one of them touching the outer rim of the box. Even this, and this is when it started, Then I had to clean whole carpets. I bought so many disinfection spray that I sprayed over the carpet. The whole house stank after disinfection utilities. And it was probably not good for your lung back then. Yeah. So, okay, this was, again, the fucking descent, and it just, it got even worse body-wise, because, okay, now I had all this sort of free time at hand, and I had, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking hungry, bro. Hungry! And then, continuation, please, brain, please, come on, wind up. Battery levels low in the brain. Oh man, if I would have some sort of an ad button right now, you would see a fucking ad in order to give me time to think. Think, Mark, think. Yeah. Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers. Yeah, and I started to, pay more attention about me. Yeah, so again, as I said before, I started to pay more attention about how the the toilet, and the washing behavior of my family was at home. How much, how long they washed their hands. You know, we got into conflict. We got into a little, yeah. We had a conflict zones. We had a little clashes about this. Some smaller, some larger. My mom had to deal with my mom did my laundry back then, because I didn't want to touch this stuff. I didn't want to touch my underwear and shit. So I just saw her doing it and did not think about, I just only cared about it that she would wash her hands afterwards. Even if these are our clothes, we are still humans and we're still filthy by nature. We are just, boom, configured to be disgusting. Yeah. And disgust. Just wanted to explain something. It's just a preset to be disgusting. You're not guilty of this. And then I started to overthink, about my bladder. So I had my not 4 hours toilet cycles that I now have on a basic basis. I had 2 hour toilet cycles, and I constantly, I took attention onto manipulating or into contracting the muscles in my lower stomach so that I could piss, because I knew from somewhere along in my life till then that it's sort of an unspoken rule that you would generate 1 milliliter of urine, or you could collect, or you would be holed up in your bladder per minute. So sum it up, 60 milliliters an hour. It's just, again, unspoken rule. By the way, this does not apply for choco milk. I can tell you this from experience. When you drink choco milk, you have to go to the toilet much more, or more often. So, and again, 2 hours, 2 hours in which I had sort of free time. Yeah, it was an absolutely fucking torturous thing. It was so... Yeah, it's so mangling. It has so much time taken from my life now that I take a little bit more looks upon time management and stuff. But back then, I just there are probably so many things that I did not talk about. For example, I did not sleep in my bed anymore because I thought, what if at night I had still some sort of a little bit of urine left in my bladder, and I would just twist myself around, and then this little bit of urine would just dribble into my pants. And then this pants would soak it into my bed sheets and then maybe into the mattress. And so I slept on the floor with things. Yeah, I know it's even more dumb because, the floor is actually a thing you could walk on and not something you could clean that easily like a bed sheet. But it was like that. And so I sometimes even slept in the floor, in the front door where my mom slept, and in the hallway in front of my mom's room and my brother's room. I do not want it to go even in my room. Okay, little thing. Why my decision was that hard? Because sometimes my mom had a mental freak out. Yeah, at some moments she reached her levels. She reached just the limit. She couldn't take the pressure no more, and just thrusted one of my fucking used underwear pants into my carpeted room. Yeah, one of the best decisions, Mom, that you fucking ever made. Just take a used pants from another guy who has probably a little bit of, little rests of his body cells from his crotch area, and just thrust it into the room from the guy who even freaks out if he kind of stops with his pants somewhere in the bus. Yep, probably the cure, huh? Drastic measurements, huh? Whatever. Yeah, so I see, and ultimately, okay, there was this one day, it was, I think, June. June or July, but wait a second, let me shortly grab. It was June, and my mom and I got into a conflict. It was Wednesday, or another example. I will tell you about another thing. There was a moment in which I had managed to wash myself in a particularly good amount of time so that I could go to my friend. I don't know which day it was, probably some weekday within the week, but on another time, weeks before or months before, I walked from my place of employment, from the company compound, home. And as I went in our home through the hallway on the ground level, my hair stepped on one of the decor plants from my mom. My mom used to, place decoration everywhere, and one of the decoration plants just struck my hair. And another day, weeks or maybe months later, I just was ready to go to my friend, and out of pure joy, I just walked, a little bit waiting through the hallway because my dad was up to, drive me over. It was so time saving. And then by accident, I just hit this plant again. And because I thought, okay, shit, I'm now fucking infected. I now have to wash my hands and my hair. And washing my hair back then was not like going to just wash your hair. It was to unclothe yourself, completely wash yourself from up and down. Because you could not only wash only one region. What if one drop of an infected region would just run down here, and you would forget, and you would just wash till here, but this drop was run till here, so you would still have an infected area here. It was not possible back then, and so I went at my home, and at my friend's home, and I asked if I could wash my hairs over there, but I was not allowed, and I really stood shirtless in front of his room, shaking, like it was really a thing to cry about. Back in the day, it was just not that bearable. Yeah, and again. Final straw, final thing, this thing that you zip out of the grenade, thing, final metal pin that you zipped out of the grenade before the immediate detonation or, unavoidable explosion. It was Wednesday. My mom, it was Thursday, Thursday, 2018, somewhere. My mom and I had a little bit of beef this morning. And she provoked me, and I was again this kind of guy. It was starting to get summer, but I still wore a hoodie because as much protection as possible. And then she just made this here, just go away or something, and she just this 1 inch punch, stylo, snip touch, stop him, ninja tactics, stop away. And I thought, bah! Disgusting. My mom just, with her filthy and disgusting and unwashed 8 hands, just, kind of flip touched me. And this has really fucked me up so hard. Because I thought, okay, well, I only had to bear it for 2 more days. But again, she had to just fucking fuck me up. And then there was a locked door. Was for the living area on the ground floor. Reasons to be locked, by the way. And I just kicked at one corner of the door and saw one of the door frame thingies. These angles on which the door is hanging on, just cracked out to the inside, and just fucking okay, bro. It's again time. It's again calling the cops time. And so she fucking called the cops. Yeah. We'll touch on this in another episode. I want to do another stuff right now. Yeah, but yeah. So next episode will be then yeah. What could it be? Maybe just oh fuck, come on. Oh, come up with a topic. Okay, first episode was symptoms. Second episode was descent. Third episode will probably be I don't know, new life or something. So because I was now, we will touch on this in episode 3, but still, spoiler for episode 3, I was now semi-homeless, and I had to still roll with the punches, or I had to just to adjust to this new life. So let's call it adjustment to new life, or new life adjustment, whatever. You'll see. And bye.